Most people think that Vancouver's wealthiest areas are in West Vancouver and Shaughnessy, but you know what? There's another area that's flying under the radar. There's some serious wealth building in areas of Surrey and Langley, neighborhoods where you can take a golf cart right to the golf course, and others where you've got private horse stables right at your doorstep. I'm Scott Moe, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of where Langley and Surrey's millionaires actually live. Picture an area where there's half-acre to acre lots and you can't even see your neighbors because there's so many trees lining your fence line. This is one of the areas that many consider South Surrey's most prestigious area. I'm talking about Elgin Chantrell, Ocean Park, and Crescent Beach. These neighborhoods are the pinnacle of luxury in Surrey. The Seahmu Peninsula is dotted with mansions, new developments going up, people buying big lots, knocking down perfectly fine houses, and putting up massive 10,000 and even bigger square foot homes. The median price for a detached home at the time of filming for South Surrey was just a tad under 1.8 million. Prices in this area are well beyond that. Now, what makes this area so desirable? Well, as the South Surrey area is basically close to the ocean, that's, I think, the number one draw. The Seahmu Peninsula is actually surrounded on three sides by the ocean, and the properties here give you access to all of those amenities that the water has to offer. You're also close to White Rock Beach, and all the amenities down there with restaurants, shopping. You're also very close in this area to the US border. So if you're heading down there to do some shopping, get some gas, literally 5-10 minute drive and you're in the US. Hey, but you think this area sounds cool? Wait till later in the video when I talk about High Point Equestrian Estates, where you've got horse stables right at your front door. The vibe here is established, private, and exclusive. And while there's not a lot of new developments with multiple new homes going up on one street, there's a couple things going on. There's a new condo development, I know, in Ocean Park, and a couple other things. But most of the properties here are older properties, well renovated, and as I mentioned, some of those that are getting knocked down and building massive homes on big private lots. You'll find a lot of custom architecture here, European inspired designs, the mansions, the big columns out front, gated properties where you can't really even see the house from the street. Just really a luxury feel to a lot of these properties. And in terms of shopping in the area, you've got the shops in Ocean Park, and you're also close to everything else that South Surrey has to offer in White Rock, in Grandview Heights with all the shops and restaurants there. So if you're listening to this area is sounding pretty good, especially if you've got a lot of money to spend on a house. But if you like golf, you're really gonna like the Morgan Creek area. Imagine walking out your front door, or heck, even taking your own golf cart to the golf course. Well, that's what you can do in the Morgan Creek area of South Surrey. And it's an area that I particularly like because I like to golf. The centerpiece here is Morgan Creek Golf Course. In my opinion, one of the nicest public golf courses in Vancouver. Now, there is a private option there. If you do live in the neighborhood, you can buy a membership, but it is kind of semi-private. But this golf course is impeccable. They just hosted the 40net Cup there, a PGA Tour Americas event, and it was dialed in. So if you like to play golf, you're gonna wanna check out Morgan Creek. And if you wanna buy a home there, it's even better because it's right there. A lot of the homes in Morgan Creek are getting a little bit older. There was a lot of building done there in the late 90s to early 2000s. So a lot of homes you're finding are renovated now, and some that are not renovated. Lot sizes vary, but they're around 10,000 plus or minus square feet. You do find some pockets that have even bigger lots. So there have been some really big sale prices in there, $5+ million on bigger lots and bigger kind of estate homes. In terms of food and things like that, Morgan's restaurant is fantastic. If you go there, they've got a changing menu throughout the year, really good food, and bar there. You can sit down, have a drink after you're around. Another draw of this area is the proximity to everything. If you need food, if you need restaurants, shopping, hey, Grandview Heights and the Morgan Crossing area is just up the hill, but you're just living outside of it. So you've got the privacy, bigger lots, golf course, and then up the hill, hey, there's everything you need. Now, golf course living creates that resort feeling without leaving home, but hey, what if you like ocean views? Well, if you do, you're gonna wanna check out this next area of White Rock and Marine Drive in South Surrey. Now the city of White Rock is a small area. It's just over 5 square kilometers, but because it's on the south part of the peninsula and slopes upwards, there's a ton of great views there. And White Rock, as you head west, turns into Marine Drive in the Ocean Park area of South Surrey. So that's the city of Surrey on the west side, and then you've got White Rock to the east. And the views here are amazing. In terms of real estate here in White Rock, you're gonna find a lot of smaller lots with great views. Because White Rock is on that hillside, you're gonna have homes that are, heading up the hill, looking directly out, some unobstructed views, which are fantastic. For bigger lots and options like that, you're going to want to head a little bit west towards the Ocean Park and along Marine Drive. And you're going to get some acre lots, things like this, just some amazing, stunning views. And so if you're looking for the ultimate, in my opinion, ocean view property, this is one of the areas that you want to put on your list. And stay with me till later in the video, because we're going to talk about the Fort Langley area, which is a little bit different than this coastal resort vibe. It's more of a village, rivery type vibe, because it's up in the north part viewing the Fraser River and the North Shore Mountains. It's a really unique area. Now, ocean views are awesome, but what if you don't want an ocean view and you want a bigger private property? What if you have horses, things like that? Well, that's where Langley, right next door, comes into play. One area though I want to talk about today is the High Point Equestrian Estates. If you're looking for 10,000 plus square foot homes on 2+ acres, close to riding trails for your horses, check out High Point Estates. High Point is a master planned estate centered around the equestrian lifestyle. You have your own stables right in the community there. You are right next to Campbell Valley Park and all the riding trails that that area provides. If you take a drive down there, you'd be amazed. It's like the Wild West in a way. You drive in your car down and hey, horse crossing. It is a really cool spot and the ultimate in privacy and country living. You really don't feel that you're 45 minutes from downtown Vancouver when you're living in this area. Homes here are huge. As I mentioned, a lot of them are over 10,000 square feet. Lot sizes range in like that acre to 2 acre size right in the High Point area. And surrounding High Point, as you get out of that area, there's bigger acreages. There's full-on horse properties right on your property. So there's tons of options down there if you're looking to buy something huge and have horses. The benchmark price for a home in Langley as of the time of filming is just under $1 million. Homes in the High Point area range in price from $3 million and up. There was actually just a home this past summer that sold for over $5 million there. It was well over 10,000 square feet on a 2 acre lot, and it was stunning. You can tell there's no cookie cutter homes here. These homes have been meticulously crafted with the finest materials, great layouts, and tons of bedrooms and all the amenities that you'd expect with pools, hot tubs, and like I say, that proximity to the riding and equestrian center right there in High Point. Now, if you don't have a horse or you don't want to be in such a rural area, but you're looking for a real cool vibe, check out Fort Langley. Located in the most northern part of Langley is the area of Fort Langley, and this is a really cool vibe up here if you haven't checked that out. It's also a little bit more expensive than the rest of Langley. One of the big draws of this area is the village feel. The main drag there has got boutiques, restaurants, coffee shops. It's a real great spot to spend Saturday afternoon just strolling around. And if you live there, it's right sitting at your doorstep. In terms of properties in Fort Langley, you're going to find a lot of historic properties because it is a very old historic neighborhood, but you're also going to find some newer builds, people that have bought properties and rebuilt. Some real high-end homes up there. Prices in the 2 million for sure, even 3, 4 to 5 million-ish. And as you get out of the Fort Langley area, just surrounding there, you're going to find some big acreage properties where again people have done what they've done down in the High Point in other areas of Langley where they build massive estate properties, gated front entries, and things like that. So where's the market at for high-end properties like this if you're looking at purchasing one or maybe selling? Well, the interesting thing about it is you don't really see prices for this type of product follow the market trends. So if the market is up or down, you're not really going to see that affect these high-end properties a whole lot. There's still properties selling. Like I mentioned, that most expensive property that sold in the Fraser Valley, over 10 million, I think it was $11 million in the South Surrey area, that's selling in a relatively down market. So if you've got the money to buy, there is properties out there to purchase. You're gonna maybe be able to negotiate, but I find a lot of people that own these ultra wealthy, ultra high-end homes, they don't really need to sell. So if they do sell, they'll look at offers, but in a nutshell, they're not like freaking out because the market's going down. If they're moving, they're moving. If they're not, they don't have to. And for speaking of ultra wealthy people and homes, let's talk about a couple of celebrities that live in the Vancouver area. One that does apparently live, I've never been to his house, but out in the Fraser Valley in the Langley area, I'm told. Chad Kroeger from Nickelback. I think he used to live in Abbotsford. He had a big home out there and sold that. The other guy that's very famous that lives in the Vancouver area, actually out in Burnaby, so not traditionally like a wealthier area like West Vancouver, Shaughnessy, things like that, but he grew up in Burnaby, and apparently he lives very close to his elementary school, and he built a home there. I believe it's over 12,000 square feet. Anyway, some crazy homes that you can find really anywhere in Metro Vancouver. But like I say, it's surprising sometimes when people hear of the wealth and the properties that are selling out in the other areas outside of those traditional areas of Vancouver where people think that the ultra wealthy usually live. So in conclusion, that's some of the spots where the ultra wealthy in Surrey and Langley are choosing to live. If you're in the market for purchasing something like this, or you're looking at selling your property, give me a call. I'm happy to discuss what's going on. Right now is a good time to buy. As I mentioned, there's a lot of properties on the market, and there is probably a little bit of wiggle room there if you're looking at these types of properties, but just reach out. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. You can reach me at info@moteam.ca, or hey, give me a call, 604-256-2110. I'll be happy to chat with you. And maybe if you're not looking for an ultra expensive property, hey, check out some of my other videos where we talk about other areas in Surrey. I've got a great one where I take you on a tour of the South Surrey area, and another one where I take you on a tour of the Cloverdale and also the other areas in Langley. So we'll put a link to those videos up above. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon.